All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite Yieldmax ETFs. We're talking about YMAX, which is the Yieldmax Universe of Funds Option Income ETF. And the reason that we're going to be talking about YMAX today is because something very special just happened to YMAX. I was wondering, I was looking through, why is YMAX paying a 15.141% dividend? I got a little bit worried because if you guys don't know, I have a sizable amount invested into YMAX. It's nothing crazy. It's just about maybe a 14, about 13,000 Canadian invested, about $10,000 American. But I was like, yo, what's going on with YMAX? Because they just released a dividend stating that it's going to be about 0.22 cents, which is 22 cents. I look at the declaration date, I look at the ex-dividend date. It's very similar to all the rest. What is going on? Why did the dividend drop so much? I'm looking through at TSOY. TSOY, sure, their dividend dropped a little bit, but it didn't drop that much. As you guys know, YMAX holds a percentage in all of the Yieldmax ETFs. It is the universe of funds for Yieldmax. You can argue that it's fairly diversified. I was also looking at AMZ as well. I said, look, why did AMZ have a greater dividend and then YMAX is only paying out 22 cents? It dropped drastically from the 60-cent marker. Well, that is because Yieldmax has declared they are now doing weekly distributions for both YMAX and YMAG. And what I want to talk about in this video is what exactly these weekly distributions mean for us as investors, how they actually produce a better dividend currently with this weekly dividend, with the current weekly dividend of 22 cents compared to what they were previously paying out at about 60, 70 cents. And I want to talk about, in terms of my share count, because I do have about 576 shares, how that's going to be affected when we transition to weekly dividends. So if that does sound good, I want to say thank you to the new subscribers that we got, 52 subscribers in the past 28 days. If you're new to the channel, we're up to 5,439 subscribers. Please do subscribe and you'll see this number increase every single day. So let's talk a little bit about this. In the past month, we've seen the market rally a little bit. This little blip right here, going from about, we're looking at the S&P 500 SPY from September 6th, about $540 all the way up to about $570, where we're currently at. You can see this monthly kind of uptrend right here. And when we jump back to YMAX, we see it's not really very prominent here, but when we go to the monthly calendar, we can see, okay, there was a little bit of a jump here. Keep in mind that they did take off this 22-cent dividend on their ex-dividend date, which was, let's see, it was on the 19th. So maybe that was the Thursday. So okay, YMAX is sitting in a pretty good position. It's sitting just under our average cost basis. I was really concerned. I was like, what is this 22-cent dividend? This is not what, we signed up for as YMAX and Yieldmax investors. We're looking for amazing dividend returns. A 15% return is not a YMAX dividend. That is okay, I'm not saying that's a basic, but that is not Yieldmax. Yieldmax is known for their huge dividends. But this is great because I actually really do like the fact that they're going with these weekly dividends. I think this is going to bring consistent income. I have about 576 shares. You're talking 0.22. That's $126 every single week that I will now be receiving. It's going to be a lot more stable than, let's say, my 576 times what YMAX paid out the last time, 59 cents. And receiving this huge lump sum every single month, $339. Cool. But with the introduction of these weekly dividends, we're now going to see a little bit more stable. I'd say I like the idea because it's more stable. When you're getting one big monthly distribution, you're seeing a drastic drop in the price of the underlying asset, which in this case, it's YMAX. If you're seeing a 59-cent drop, you're basically taking this right back down to 17. Whereas if you're doing a 0.22, a 22-cent drop, it is noticeable, but it's not crazy. It's not drastically decreasing the NAV week by week. But what I would say is it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out over time. Okay, sure. YMAX is most likely still going to trend down, because if they are unable to produce more than a 22-cent gain in their stock price over a course of a week, we're going to see it continue to slowly trend down. But I do think in terms of reinvesting, this is a lot better for us investors, because we're getting more cash flow quicker. The quicker we can get this cash flow, the quicker that we can reinvest. And this $126 that we're going to be receiving every single week could be reinvested along with your investment as well. If YMAX pays generally about a 40% dividend, you divide it by 12, you could invest weekly and earn an extra $4 every single week, which will continue to compound with your YMAX investment. Now, with the introduction of this, I kind of would like to take a shift with my portfolio. I've been investing strictly in YMAX, but I'm still going to kind of continue to do that, but I need to take it to the next level. And in order to do this, I was looking through kind of like my transfers and everything like that. But what you'll notice here, this is kind of like an interest payment that I've incurred because I've been using it through my margin account. And my margin account is nothing crazy. It was only at $600. I recently added about $1,500 into this account. But you could see here that on about $250 invested, I only incurred a kind of interest payment monthly of about $1.04. Sure, it says 13%. I calculated it. It seemed to be more about the 7% marker currently. I'm not sure if I'm kind of neglecting some kind of cost, but I'll look into that further. But I might look to use a bit more margin in my account in order to boost my dividend returns, and then kind of go from there and share that progress with you guys. But I think this is a fantastic step for Yieldmax as a whole. I do understand, obviously, I hope they do keep their other investments such as any ETFs like TSLY, AMZ, and all other investments on a monthly basis, and keep YMAX as a weekly. YMAX being the universe of funds. It collects dividends based off all these other Yieldmax investments and then pays it out to investors now on a weekly basis. So I think that is awesome. That is something that I wanted to tell you guys. That's really the purpose of the video, is to break this news and share why I'm so excited, because now we're going to be receiving great consistent weekly income, which will then be able to reinvest faster, and we can kind of see how this compounds our returns. We've had, the price chart history from dating all the way back to July. Let's see how this kind of moves going into the future. And if you guys are willing to stick around with me, subscribe, and we'll make sure to make that happen. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope it brought you some news as to what the heck is going on with YMAX's dividend, why it's showing 15%, why they have currently switched to a weekly income strategy, now paying out dividends every single week. That's going to be 52 payments across the course of the next year, hopefully, as long as they keep that going. Of course, no dividends are kind of set in stone, but we like to think that they are. In this case, we have YMAX now paying out a 67% dividend. That is a crazy return. So we're going to look to keep that going, keep that compounding, and I will do my best to keep you guys updated with any information I see. All right. I hope to see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys do take care. Enjoy your Sunday, and I will catch you guys in the next